Breaking the Cycle week, we've actually had the introduction of these welcome cards, which were really good. So if they were going home tomorrow, we'd put the EDD on the back, on the reverse. We'd say to them that they're going home tomorrow, and it's all written here, and it's left on the tabletop for relatives when they come in so they can see it. If there's a test that they're going for, whether it be an echo or any kind of test, that's also written on here. So that was a new initiative that David and Mary brought with them when they came to the ward, which was really, really good and very helpful. If there's one thing that's better at the end of the cycle team, is that we see how important it is that we get these discharges from day one. Patients know what's happening, and we try our best to make sure that things do happen when we say they're going to happen, and how important it is really to get patients out, the discharge date, because it does make a difference. Next week, we're going to really try and continue.
And my role really is to get involved in the day-to-day processes of the ward, try and see where I can improve things, make things better, and help with the overall efficiency of getting patients through, out and back home where they should be. Being involved on a ward is completely different from my day job, and so to get to know in a bit more detail what goes on a ward and all the complex processes that the very hard-working staff deliver to get people home safely is incredible. Actually, it's been a real eye-opener, and it's something that I've really enjoyed getting involved with.
I think this week breaking the cycle has been really good. I think it's focused everybody's minds. I think one example that springs to mind where we really have made a positive effect is the hand therapy team. Generally, my staff up there deal with outpatients, but they had a call from the orthopaedic ward saying that they had a gentleman down there who'd got a wrist injury, and if a splint was fitted, he could go home. Usually they would leave that till the end of the day, but because we're in breaking the cycle week, they actually reorganised their whole outpatient caseload, redistributed the work amongst themselves, which enabled staff to come down to the ward and work with the gentleman to fit the splint, and that meant that he could go home straight away. And the therapists really felt that they contributed to the flow of patients through the hospital.
The estates team have been working really hard to turn this old kitchen into a storeroom to make life easier for the clinical staff to do their job.
And I've come in to work with the team to see how we can make things more efficient, discharges, admissions, and some of the processes we use. And the team have welcomed me in with open arms, and I've worked with them, and we found some really easy wins and some much more difficult wins.
During breaking the cycle week, we've had a lot of success in seeing the outline numbers fall, and actually we've got to less than 10 patients this morning, which really is a considerable improvement if you compare that to this time last year. Although there has been some challenges in actually meeting the requirements of breaking the cycle, I do think it has been a good thing, and I hope that we'll be able to use our experience to really evolve the work that we do within the Trust.
Well, we've been performing pretty well against all of our targets for some considerable time now, and in fact we've been doing well against the A&E target throughout the whole of this year. But what we've seen this week is staff make an extra big effort to ensure that our performance really has been amongst the very best anywhere in the country. And we've learnt a lot of lessons that we need to apply for the future to make sure that we work with our patients and that we use all of our staff efforts and the resources we have to the best effect to provide the best service that could be found anywhere in the National Health Service. I do want to finish by thanking everybody for all the extra efforts they've made during the course of this last week to provide such a fantastic service.